Still ways that you can achieve your goals whilst being locked down, but I also want to be real. Some days are just not easy, and that's okay. How this has been affecting me can help other people feel like they're not alone. But I think if we communicate and share our experiences more with each other, we can help each other.
Yo.
Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. Today I am in my mum's room and I thought that the different location would be cool to mix it up a little bit. So today there's an announcement for New South Wales that we would be in lockdown for another month. So if you don't know, we have been in lockdown since the end of June, so basically nearly 2 months now. And it's been really difficult. I think that when we thought it was just going to be like a couple of weeks, maybe up to a month, it was a lot easier to sort of cope and be like, okay, we can do this. We've done this before. We can get through this. I think that things got a lot harder once we hit probably about a month and a half, because I don't know, just after that, it just starts to become harder to stay motivated, and just realizing that such a significant chunk of the year is gone. It's just like crazy. I don't know what it is about this time of the year for me and for what I'm doing in my life. August and September are kind of really important months because it's when I'm trying to audition for ballet places and trying to just create plans for next year. So for me, this kind of chunk of time that we're having in lockdown is really hard to be right now, because just it's such a crucial part in shaping what I'm going to be doing for next year. So that's been difficult, but I've been trying to stay really positive. I started a podcast, little plug, check it out if you want to, the link will be in the description. But I've been trying to like stimulate myself creatively. I've been studying a lot. I've been doing my online uni, and that's been a lot. I have a lot of assignments due, so that's kind of kept me occupied and a little bit stressed, to be honest, this week. And so I am grateful to have things to do, because I had a lot of friends that were on uni holidays, couldn't do anything. I'm grateful that I have things to do. I have training. I've got to like keep up my ballet and keep up my cardio. It's still hard. Lockdown is really hard. So today they announced that we were going to be in lockdown for another month, and I don't know why. Like, I guess I was sort of expecting this just with the cases going up and just with what the government's been saying. I don't know if it was because I was having a little bit of a bad day today already. It kind of hit me hard. Just hearing till the end of September just kind of like sent me into a little bit like, wow, November, like that's so late in the year. I feel like the last couple of months have just been a blur. I don't know, I just felt like a little bit useless, and I don't know if anyone else feels like this. I just recorded a podcast about vulnerability and just how I've sort of been feeling this week a little bit overwhelmed, and how I kind of want to share this more, because I do try and be quite positive on my channel, but I feel like I could be more vulnerable, and that could actually help and inspire people to maybe open up more, maybe feel like their feelings are normal. Like, yeah, I don't want to seem like I'm complaining about lockdown, or I don't want to ever seem like I think I'm the only one struggling, which is why I don't think I've talked a lot about like the actual impacts of this lockdown on like everyone's mental health, because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm affected the worst by it, because literally everyone's being affected by it. And I understand how lucky I am to like be with my family. Like, I have 5 other people in this house that I can be around and that can support me, and I have Wi-Fi and food, and just I'm like so lucky in my situation. But I think that I still want to have a conversation just about mentally how everyone's going. I've noticed that I myself have been reaching out less to other people, to my friends and stuff, just because I feel really disconnected. And that's something to do with me. It's nothing to do with my friends, but I am sort of like an introvert slash extrovert. Like, I'm sort of an ambivert. I really enjoy being with other people, but I also am very good at being by myself. And I think that lockdown puts me in a situation where I go quite introverted and I just kind of focus on what I'm doing. We really just need to like communicate more, and I feel like I'm not communicating enough with my friends. But coming out of this lockdown is going to be really different, because I'm like, am I even going to know how to like do my job? Am I even going to know how to like socialize? And I miss my friends. I miss doing normal things, and the whole unpredictability of next year, of like what I'm going to do with ballet, and like if I'll be able to travel interstate, if I'll like what's going to happen with my auditions. I just don't know. Like, I'm meant to be filming instead of like being able to go and audition interstate. I'm going to film instead, but just like the whole unpredictability of that, trying to like, I want to inspire people in lockdown to like still be able to feel positive about life, and like then realize there's still ways that you can achieve your goals whilst being locked down. But I also want to be real about like the effects of it on our mental health. And like, some days are just not easy. Some days I wake up and I feel motivated, and I feel like, you know what, I'm learning a lot in this period, and there are ways that I can grow. Because there are some good things that do come out of lockdown, like we can discover new things about ourselves, discover new passions, and step back. But there are some days which just feel hopeless. And I'm not saying this to be negative. I don't want this to be a negative video, but I just wanted to share with you guys how I'm feeling at the moment. I feel a little bit overwhelmed. I think there's a lot of pressure sometimes for us to not necessarily be positive about the situation, but just to sort of like not complain and not make a big deal about it, because we know everyone is going through it together. But I think if we communicate and share our experiences more with each other, we can help each other. I hope that me sort of talking about how this has been affecting me can help other people feel like they're not alone. I just wanted to start a conversation about how you guys are feeling in lockdown, how you feel about the new month in lockdown. I know my plans going forward are going to be pretty much similar to what I've been doing. Keep my ballet up with some wonderful teachers I have. I'm so lucky to have teachers that I have classes with online, so I feel really grateful for that. Still work because I'm really busy. Keep posting on YouTube and trying to stay motivated, because honestly, YouTube and like starting my podcast has been a really good creative outlet for me. So I definitely recommend, if you're feeling a little stuck, like I was kind of feeling at a point, try something new creatively. Maybe like try painting, or like try drawing, or just, you know, making playlists, something creative that just stimulates your brain in another way. Especially if you're like a uni student or you're a school student, sometimes it's really good to have a creative outlet or something that's away from your work. I think that I want to stay connected more and just open up conversations and you know, and realize that we're all in this together, and we can really help each other if we're feeling bad, you know. I'm trying to stay positive, because I know that being negative in the situation and like sort of ruminating and focusing on the bad things isn't gonna help the situation. But I don't think it means we should invalidate how we feel. I don't think it means we should ever think that we're not allowed to feel some sort of way about it, that we're not allowed to feel like overwhelmed for a second. Like, I think that's when emotions start to build up in a bad way. Like, we should be allowed to go, you know what, this is hard for everyone, and I'm gonna let myself feel like this is hard for a second, and then maybe later I'm gonna make a plan. But for right now, I'm gonna feel overwhelmed, and that's okay. If you need to talk to anyone, I'm always here. If you need support, my DMs are always open, my Instagram. Yeah, you don't have to be strong all the time. We can do this. We can get through another month of lockdown. If you're not in lockdown, or you're just having a hard time, know that you're not alone, and that we all struggle, that we're not perfect, and that we can get through this. But it doesn't mean that you have to get through it right now. Sometimes you can just let yourself feel things. And this is kind of a lesson for me. if we are more honest with each other, we can help each other get through it, and we can help each other get through hard times. I'm sending you lots of love and lots of big hugs. And yeah, I will see you soon in my next video. Bye. Giving you a hug. Here's your hug.
Yo.